I think that we've just got a very, very selfish culture of women. And to any women out there that say I have internalized misogyny or anything like that, that would require that I have a problem with women worldwide. I do not have a problem with women worldwide. I have a problem with Western women. And if you think that I'm just like making this up out of nowhere, reflect on the fact that there are Western men that are flying out east to find wives. Are Eastern men coming out west to find wives? No. Where in the world are men flying out in droves to marry American women? Nobody wants us. Why? We're big, we're selfish. We don't want to hear anything. You can't tell me to eat less. You can't tell me to change my life. You can't tell me it's not about me.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. Greetings. Before we step into today's video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons. We're a new channel and we're trying to grow. Greetings. On today's episode, we're going to examine the secret to understanding the modern woman. That being said, that encompasses whether the men are looking for relationships that may lead to marriage, but more importantly, is it even worth the risk and perhaps making a decision that are girlfriends better than wives? Let's look at some videos and make a determination.
You can lose a lot of money chasing women, but you'll never lose women chasing money.
But women and this list, it's maddening. Make the argument at the center of your book, please.
Okay, I'm not telling anybody to settle for somebody that they're not totally in love with or physically attracted to or anything like that. The book is based on a survey where men and women were asked if they got 80% of everything they want in their ideal mate, would they be happy with that? And women said, no, that's settling. And men said, 80%, I'd be thrilled, that's a catch. And so
80% to the women you surveyed is settling?
That's settling because, the question is, what actually makes us happy in long-term romantic love? And, that's the question that I explore in the book. And I'm a journalist, so I went out and I asked neurobiologists about chemistry, and I asked behavioral economists about demographics, and I asked marital researchers and divorce lawyers.
What did they say?
And, the thing is, we're too picky about the things that don't matter at all for long-term romantic happiness, but we're not picky enough about the things that actually do matter.
Okay, so break that out for me. What are women? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple with men. Come on. What are women too picky about here?
Well, I'll tell you, men and women were asked what would be a deal breaker for going on a second date. And men named three things. They said she has to be cute enough. She doesn't have to look like Angelina Jolie. She just has to be cute enough. She has to be warm and kind. And she has to be interesting to talk to. Those seem like really valid criteria.
Ding, 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 ding. Pretty simple.
Right. Okay, reasonable, right? The women came back with 300 things that would rule out a guy for a second date. And we're talking about like another 2 hours and maybe a free dinner. And they wouldn't do it. And there were things like he wore a brown belt with black shoes. Or we were having a really good time, and I thought he was cute and he was interesting, but then he did this Austin Powers impression, and I just can't get that out of my mind, and I can't go out with him again.
Okay, here you go.
And
can I make your other point, and then I got a quick one for you before I lose time.
I was just going to say, Austin Powers guy could be the love of her life. If he does these impressions on the second date, okay, don't go on a third. But maybe he was just nervous. The guys who are bad first daters might be great life partners. You don't know.
Okay, let me make the other argument. You have to have a list. Lori, you have to. You just can't run around dating any Tom, Dick, or Harry. You have to develop a list,
but you have to have the right things on your list. They have to be the right things. The character things, is he kind? Do we have the same life goals? Do we have the same values, the fundamentals? Do we enjoy each other? How do we communicate with each other? Somebody said to me, this woman that I was really interested in wouldn't go out with me because I didn't read the same books that she did. But
Yeah.
she's madly in love with this guy who reads the same books, but he doesn't call her when he says he will.
All right, here we go. Very quickly, we asked folks to send in some thoughts at our blog. Kim writes, I have found my Mr. Close Enough. I realized that I wasn't going to find a perfect man, so consider whether my mate's positives outweighed, I'm trying to go as fast as I can, outweighed his negatives, which they do. Julia says, kind, caring, and crazy in love with me. I think that is not too much to ask. And Jackie, hey, Tony, I'm 55 years old, and I live on the coast in Washington State. Our area is quite depressed, so it is hard to find a guy that matches my qualifications. I am looking for a guy who has teeth, a car, and a job. Lori, gotta go.
Less than 14% of the entire American male population is over 6 foot. Less than 14%. And that's all the married men and the men in prison. All of them, girls. So you're sitting around here like, oh, he's got to be 6 foot and he's got to look like this and he's got to make 6 figures or 7 figures. When you start at just height alone, do you hear the percentage that I just gave you on just height? Just height. And if you add in what he looks like looking like Idris and making money like this and that, honey, look, you looking for the come up for real because I don't know where he's at. I was matchmaking, I would be like, man, I would go find these incredible men. And they would be like, I would never date him. I'm like, I just went and found a freaking pilot, ex-Falcons player. Are you serious? But he don't look, it's like he's gotta be perfect. But you're not perfect. You got issues and unresolved issues, and you got a temper, and you're bossy, and you're controlling, and men don't even like to be around you long term. You run everybody away. You think you're so much the ish that you're bougie and vain and stuck up. And men don't like it. And you wonder why you can't keep a man. You wonder why nobody wants to be around you. Sweetheart, listen, get nice, be sweet. Men are simple creatures. They're simple, but your standards are standardizing you right out of the game. Everybody else is getting married. Everybody else is having babies. But you steady like, oh, I'm not settling. I'm not going to settle. I know what I deserve. And even when I post those type of memes, I'm like, you know what? There's some real stuck up women right now that are about to read this, and it's going to reinforce literally their false standards, their ridiculous standards. I'm not gonna settle. But in the meantime, boo, you're not even half the things that you have on your list as requirements for a man. You're not even half those things. But you want that in a man. And you don't want to build with anybody. You don't want to build a life together. Listen, honey, you better find yourself a Build-A-Bear.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chichi Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Are girlfriends better than wives? I don't know. You tell me after this.
I work very hard. I've been working 6 days a week to buy a house for my family, and I did. And so I just feel like as a man, I go to work every day. I bring home the check. I help around the house a little bit. I help out with the kids. Why can't I have sex from my wife? That's my wife. That's the reason why I got married.
How often do you say you're being denied?
Pretty much all the time.
What? Bought a house. Bought a house. Helping take care of your woman. Put a ring on it. And you're being denied the cheeks? Come on. Are girlfriends better than wives? Gentlemen, I don't know. You tell me.
And how long ago did that start, sir?
About 3 months ago.
3 months ago?
Yes.
So this is recent?
Yes.
I'm trying not to laugh because this is funny. It's like, why do I have to have sex with you to do the basic necessity things that we need?
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious.
Yo, what? This is why a lot of men don't want to get married. Apart from a bunch of other shit. This is a big reason why a lot of men out here don't want to get married. One of the biggest things a man gives up when he wifes a woman, puts a ring on it, is his ability to exercise his options, right? He picks one woman and he's come to the terms, and I'm telling you the truth, no matter how much a man loves you, this is something the men think about. Let's get back into it.
The two of you recently bought a home.
Yes.
And he worked hard to contribute to the two of you buying this home.
We both worked hard to contribute. That's what he don't say.
Are you denying him though? Because he said that it's been 3 months, Miss Maul. What's going on?
Well, if he was to do better,
He was
and
trying to
actually-
butter you up with the appliances.
Yeah,
what he was saying.
it don't work because you still got to do more at home. You got to actually want to cook. You got to actually want to clean. Not
Well, what's your... What the is this? So let me get this straight. A man is expected to outwork you, right? Because I know no matter how much you worked, he outworked you because he's a man. Help you get a house. Protect you, right? Put his life on the line. And that's still not enough for modern women today. To just let your husband get sex once in a while, that's ridiculous.
Well, the answer to the question is obvious. Gentlemen, be about your purpose. A woman will follow your lead if you focus on your purpose. The secret to modern dating today is stand on your square, express what you want out of life and what you want in a mate. If you choose to get married, take some advice from the lead attorney and get a prenup. I'm pretty sure if there's pushback from the woman that you choose, that'll let you know whether she's the right one or not. Because in today's times, marriages are not lasting more than 60 seconds. And obviously, no one believes in vows anymore because they don't want to go through any hardship. And most of the time, being an honorable person, whether male or female in this case, is pretty much out of the window. You have to have skin in the game in order for any relationship to last long term. But more importantly, I want to hear from you in the comment section. How do you feel about this modern dating environment? What are your recommendations moving forward? Are you married or want to be married? Or you prefer to be single, especially from the male perspective? Because we're the ones that initiate relationships and marriage. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons and have a good day.